Good Saturday, you're tuning in to 7Edition. I'm Haylena Krishnamoorthy and these are tonight's top stories. Powerful storm wreaks havoc in 3 northern states. Adilada exodus causes massive traffic jam on major highways. And Myanmar landslide kills at least 34 people and wounding over 40. We begin tonight's bulletin with this story. Heavy rains and strong winds pummeled the northern states of Kedah, Perlis and Penang last night, ruining the Hari Raya Adilada celebration for many families. There was one fatality in Kedah while over a dozen people were injured in that incident that started at 8 p.m. and continued until 2 a.m. this morning. Perlis also was hit by another round of strong winds later today, causing more damages. The storm also uprooted hundreds of trees and caused power outages, as well as damages to homes, schools and other buildings at numerous locations. According to Tenaga Nasional Berhad, TNB, a total of 1,595 reports were lodged on the electricity disruptions all over the 3 states, and it has so far resolved at least 650 of the complaints. All relevant agencies are currently focusing on cleanup works. In Kedah, at least 10 people were injured in the storm, which left widespread damage, including in Langkawi. Over 20 areas on the island were affected, while the rest of the state saw over 560 homes in 11 districts damaged by the storm. In Penang, 7 people were treated at the Seberang Jaya Hospital and Penang Hospital for injuries sustained during the storm. The victims, who are residents and traders, were hit after their roofs and stalls were blown off by winds. Multiple fallen trees and property damage were also reported in several areas in Georgetown, Seberang Perai and Balik Pulau. 3 evacuation centres have been opened to house 71 people after their homes were wrecked by the storm and strong winds. Many houses and business premises were also affected by the storm in Perlis. Fallen trees and electricity poles had also caused traffic obstruction and road accidents, but no loss of life or injuries were reported. The Malaysian Meteorological Department, or Met Malaysia, said it was caused by Typhoon Lakima that is currently battering China, and it had stretched into southern Thailand last night. Wind speeds that was recorded was at about 100 kilometers per hour. Met Malaysia also said the worst is over and there would be not a second wave caused by Typhoon Lakima. However, thunderstorms are expected in Kelantan, Terengganu, Sandakan, as well as the west coast and interior of Sabah this evening. Some rural areas in Perak and Perlis were also likely to be affected. Meanwhile, a woman motorcyclist was killed after she was hit by a piece of flying zinc sheet in Jitra, Kedah during the storm last night. The victim, 27-year-old Marzia Che Omar, was riding a motorcycle when she was hit by the metal debris, causing her to fall off her vehicle. She was then run over by a car that was trailing right behind her. The driver of the car, a 62-year-old man, said he could not avoid her as the same zinc sheet had covered his windscreen. The victim's body was sent to Jitra Hospital for post-mortem. And now, to get more insights, on the line with us is the Senior Director of National Aviation Meteorological Centre, Dr. Muhammad Hisham Muhammad Anib. Hello, Doctor. Thanks for joining us this evening. Following Typhoon Lakima, there is also another super typhoon approaching. Can you share with us details on this? Also, we were caught unprepared by last night's storm brought by Typhoon Lakima in the northern states. Moving forward, Doctor, is there any way for us to prepare for such powerful storms?
Typhoon Lakima has made a landfall early this morning at about 10 o'clock in the morning. And as a result of that, we expect the typhoon to weaken and to dissipate in another 1 or 2 days. However, there is another typhoon already formed behind this Typhoon Lekima. This one is known as Typhoon Krosa, which is now located over the northeast part of the Philippines. And we expect the typhoon, this Krosa typhoon, is expected to move or pass the southern part of Japan. As a result of this typhoon formation, we still can expect a strong wind over our region, especially over the northern states of the peninsula. The storm that hit the northern states last night is not due to the direct impact of Typhoon Lekima. Actually, we can see that it is an indirect impact due to the strong wind that comes from the Indian Ocean that converge with the wind from the southern part of the Strait of Malacca. As a result of this convergent wind, we had a weather system that we call squall line. Normally, squall line will take a few hours to form, and after that, it will bring normally very heavy rainfall in a short period. Together with a strong wind. The event that formed last night over northern states, some of our stations has recorded more than 100 kilometers per hour of wind, strong wind. And this definitely can cause damage to a very weak structure. And also for the branches, tree branches, as well as a very old tree that can fall. So we do expect this type of event to happen another 1 or 2 days, maybe during the afternoon or early night. And we hope that the public can be a little bit aware of the weather phenomena that take place over your area. Thank you.
Now, thank you very much, Dr. Hisham, for your time and insights. Moving on, the haze situation is currently deteriorating in Sarawak and Selangor, with Miri reaching the hazardous level, while Klang recorded unhealthy readings. As of 7 p.m. today, the monitoring station at Miri Industrial Training Institute displayed an API reading of 390, which denotes hazardous since 2 a.m. today. Kuala Baram, another location in the state, also saw unhealthy air quality since 6 a.m. This is according to the Department of Environment, DOE, which has 68 monitoring stations nationwide. Meanwhile, in Klang, the DOE also recorded poor air quality. Its monitoring station at Johan Setia showed an API of 114, which is also unhealthy. Other areas in Klang Valley are seeing moderate air quality. The haze situation is due to forest fires in Indonesia. Mass departure from the Klang Valley for the long weekend caused a heavy crawl on the North-South Expressway and other major highways today. Live traffic updates from Google Maps showed major roads with heavy traffic the whole day. Take a look. In the south of the Klang Valley, traffic was backed up from Nilai up to Seremban as people headed south. Major roads and highways such as the Duke, Jalan Gombak and the MRR2 was also clogged with slow-moving traffic as residents made their way to the east coast through the Gombak toll. The jam continued after the Gombak toll on the Karak Highway as there was heavy traffic near Genting Sempah and Bentong. Those travelling on the North-South Expressway to the north was also stuck in heavy traffic from Sungai Buloh up to Gopeng Perak. This as we enjoy a long weekend in celebration for Hari Raya Haji, which saw many taking the opportunity to escape the city. Now it's day 7 of the search for Nora Ann Koirin, a 15-year-old who mysteriously disappeared at a resort in Pantai Seremban. There are still no signs of the missing Irish girl despite a massive search mounted for her in the surrounding jungles. Her family for the first time appeared in public to thank all those involved in the search and rescue mission. Her husband, Sebastian Marie Philippe, was with her when she made the emotional speech early this morning.
We want to say thank you to each and every one of you We know you're searching night and day for Nora. We see you working so hard and also praying with us, being with us. We know you have given up your time, especially at a special festival time, to be with us here. It means the world to us, and we are so grateful for everything that you are doing for us, everyone here and everyone who is helping, who is not here. We are extremely impressed with the effort, your expertise, your dedication, and we hope you find Nora, and thank you so much. Terima kasih.
Search operations are ongoing every day from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. with various agencies involved. Today's personnel strength is at 261 and now includes the elite Police Jungle Commando Unit VAT-69. 3 Senoi Prac units comprising Orang Asli police personnel are also on ground tracking her whereabouts. Other assets include helicopters that have been circling the thick jungles looking for any signs of the girl. Nora, who has learning disabilities, arrived here with her family from London on Saturday for a 2-week holiday. The teenager was first reported missing the following day at 8 a.m. when the window in her bedroom was left open. Police have busted a cigarette distribution syndicate believed to be active in the peninsula and seized cartons of smuggled cigarettes worth 4.2 million ringgit in a raid in Mersing, Johor yesterday. Bukit Aman Internal Security and Public Order Department Director Datuk Sri Akril Sani Abdullah Sani said 5 men were nabbed during the operation. According to Datuk Seri Akril Sani, in a statement today acting on public tip-off, an operation dubbed Op Asap was carried out by a Special Operations Command team. Police then recovered 25,750 cartons of U2 brand cigarettes. Cops also seized an Isuzu lorry as well as a Proton Wira car. He added the suspects detained are aged between 23 to 37 years old. All of them have been remanded for 3 days at the Mersing Police Headquarters to facilitate investigations under the Customs Act. Meanwhile, a food delivery rider was injured after he fought off 2 men who tried to steal his motorcycle in Petaling Jaya, Selangor. The 2 suspects stopped the victim claiming that he was riding a stolen bike and tried to ride away with it. A CCTV camera captured the incident at 2:50 p.m. and the footage went viral online. Police are now hunting for both suspects. In Johor Bahru, a senior citizen died in a fire that engulfed a 24-hour car wash at Jalan Yahya Awal early this morning. It was understood that the 70-year-old man was trapped in the premise when it was engulfed in flames. 17 firemen with 4 fire engines rushed to the scene to put out the fire. However, 90% of the building was already destroyed by the blaze, believed to have been caused by a short circuit. When we come back, at least 18 dead as Typhoon Lakima slams China. Don't go away. We're back with foreign news. At least 34 people were killed when a landslide triggered by monsoon rains struck a village in eastern Myanmar. 47 others were left injured while authorities believe up to 100 more feared missing. Footage showed a huge brown gash on the hillside which marked where the deluge of mud descended on Friday, wiping out 16 homes. Search and rescue teams worked through the night with excavators as well as their bare hands trying to find survivors and recover bodies from the deep sludge. The village's hillside temple was left inundated, leaving the pagoda's golden spire peeking out from beneath the mud. Torrential downpours have burst riverbanks across the country, while coastal communities have been warned of higher tides. At least 18 people have died and more than 1 million forced from their homes as Typhoon Lakima hit China. 16 people remain unaccounted for after a landslide was triggered by the storm. Lakima made landfall in the early hours of Saturday in Wenling between Taiwan and China's financial capital, Shanghai, bringing torrential rain as well as heavy winds. The monster storm was initially designated a super typhoon, but weakened slightly before landfall when it still had winds of 187 kilometers per hour. According to local weather bureau, more heavy rain is expected in Shanghai area as well as the eastern provinces of Anhui, Fujian and Jiangsu. More than 250,000 people were relocated in the city, where the high-speed maglev train that links the city to one of its airports was suspended. Authorities had also warned possible flash floods, mudslides and landslides. Shanghai evacuated some 250,000 residents, with another 800,000 in the Zhejiang province also being taken from their homes. Nearly 300 flights were cancelled, while ferry and rail services were suspended as a precaution. Lakima had earlier swept past the northern tip of Taiwan on Friday, where 9 people were injured, thousands of homes lost power temporarily, and more than 500 flights were cancelled. Last September, Typhoon Mangkhut slammed into mainland China, where authorities evacuated more than 2 million people. This after it left a trail of destruction in Hong Kong as well as Macau and killed at least 59 people in the northern Philippines. It's time for our daily segment Clickbait, where we take a look at what's trending and making rounds in the cyber world today. Multilingualism may be common in multiracial Malaysia, but it is always heartwarming to witness Malaysians speaking in other languages other than their own mother tongue. Recently, a Malay and an Indian won the hearts of netizens after they were filmed chatting with each other in Mandarin in a viral video which garnered 180,000 views on Twitter. Take a look.
像你的订单就会马上送到货截图。
The clip that you just saw is a rare sight, as both the teacher and student are conversing in a language other than their own mother tongue. According to Fatin, who uploaded the 45 seconds video, the Malay teacher is her colleague who teaches Mandarin at Kulim Vocational College, while the Indian automotive student is currently taking language lessons from the teacher. Following the viral video, netizens mostly responded positively and that they felt quite proud watching the clip, as not many people are open to learning another language, while others relate themselves with similar situation back when they were in Mandarin classes taught by teachers of other races. Ultraman fans can rejoice as Raya Productions TPC, the company behind over 50 Ultra series, will be producing new animated and live-action shows. This after they finally secured the intellectual property for Ultraman through lengthy court battles in the US. Our trainee reporter Nur Fatima Zahra Ahmad has the details.
Good news to all Ultraman fans. Raya Productions announced that they will be releasing a new movie, which is a remake of the original Ultraman back in 1966. Fans, especially from older generations, can expect nostalgic moments from this film. The Shin Ultraman remake is expected to reunite Hideaki Anno and Shinji Higuchi to direct the live-action film and will be released in 2021. According to TPC, they also have exciting plans for the next 3 years, starting with Ultraman Taiga, the son of the legendary hero Ultraman Taro. Ultraman Taiga will have its own brand new series that will be available worldwide in 2020. TPC will also launch an online series called Ultra Galaxy Fight, which will be streaming on their official YouTube channel starting September 29. The animation series on Netflix will also continue with Season 2. Besides that, the latest Ultraman live-action series, Ultraman RB, will air in Malaysia beginning August 30th. We asked Masayuki Nagatake, the president of TPC, what does it mean to him to have Malaysians of all ages still recognizing the iconic hero after being around for 53 years.
It is very important for us because we know that all the people in Malaysia love Ultraman, and I believe Ultraman is #1 hero in Malaysia. So it is very important for us that people love Ultraman, and we want to keep bringing a new Ultraman in Malaysia. Because there is authentic in stories. We talk about bravery, hope, and compassion, and we keep new stories every year, so we keep it fresh. As you saw, we have been awarded from that we have more spin-off stories. So number of stories is really key, and the quality of the episodes that we develop is the key.
Apart from that, it looks like Ultraman won't just be fighting kaijus, but also counterfeiters on the ground, now that TPC owns all the intellectual property rights to the 50 heroes, and yes, including the monsters they fight. Nagatake issued a warning that they will be coming after those who sell counterfeit merchandise featuring them. So to all Ultraman's fans out there, be sure to only look out for original merchandise featuring their logo. I'm Nur Fatima Zahra Ahmad reporting for 7Edition.
Tomorrow we celebrate the second of two most important Muslim holidays in the Islamic calendar, which is also known as the Festival of Sacrifice. On behalf of the team, we would like to wish our Muslim viewers a very blessed celebration with your loved ones and make sure to stay safe on the road. I'm Haylena Krishnamoorthy. Thanks for tuning in to 7Edition and see you next time. Selamat Hari Raya Aidil Adha.
الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر لا أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله